Hello everyone. How are we all on this cold but chilly Monday evening? Welcome to another Train Sim World Free live stream where I'm taking my really first proper look at the extended and upgraded Southeastern high-speed route. I'm very much looking forward to having a little drive and seeing what the route has to offer. I'd just like to say before we do get into it, wherever you're watching around the world, be it live or on playback, hope you've had a great weekend and a fantastic start to the working week. So on journey mode, surprise surprise, we're going to go on Southeastern speed. I have all the possible add-ons that add additional services to this route as well, just to make it a bit more busy. So we're going to take the 395 for a run, go on the need for high speed, and we're going to drive a Southeastern service from Ashford International to London St Pancras International. Ironically, it's going from Sandwich. I imagine they make lots of sandwiches. Oh, that's a great screenshot, whoever did that. Oh, there's the username in the bottom left. Fantastic screenshot. That's probably the best screenshot I've seen submitted or been classified as winners of that screenshot contest. That looked really, really good. I'll say my hellos to Bobby and Thierry. Nice to see you. Hope you're well. Alright, so we got a 12 car set, so that's what? 2 sets of 6, I think. Connected together, I think. What do we need to do? Let's just turn on the motion blur, I should say, just to make the stream a little bit easier for you. Put the brakes on minimum. Right, we'll set the desk illumination to high. We will what will we do? Put the headlights to daytime. We'll turn on all the safety systems, even though I've had 0 practice, but I'm pretty confident I will complete the journey with no safety system hiccups. TVM will be on, KVB will be on. Wrong door. Oh, is there no door? I thought there was a door. Oh, it is. Okay. Must have closed it whilst opening this door. Okay. Anything else I need to do? I don't think so. Not what I know of. So this is Ashford International then. Solid platform here. We're quite surprised by the station infrastructure. It's quite modern. Very nice. Right, let's get in the cab and set off. There we are. Let's get going to the first stop, which is Stratford International. We will not be making a stop at Ebbsfleet, which is a bit of a surprise. Bit surprised that the miles per hour is in the speed is in miles per hour. I thought it would be in kilometers. Oh no, I know, Don't kill me. There we go. Me and safety systems. They never like me. I swear the HUD should be in kilometers per hour instead of miles per hour. It's in automatic, so it should be in kilometers per hour. It's not game breaking, but it is on automatic, is it not? Let me just check. What am I doing? HUD. Measurement units, imperial. That's measurement units. I'll maybe turn that to automatic. Maybe that might do something. No, it wouldn't. Oh yes, it does. It changes the speedometer to kilometers per hour, but in the top right you could see it displays 168 miles per hour. So that's a bit odd. Right, let's get going. There we go. Here comes on the what is it, the KVB I think, or the TVM. So going into the first of, I presume, many tunnels. Oh, hey Matt Jennings, nice to see you. Hope you're well. Good evening. Thierry, like how the class 465 is included with the route in Train Sim World 3. Yeah, it is. It's nice. You can, you know, you've got quite a nice variety of rolling stock to play with in the route now. You've got the 395, the 465, like you said, the 375-9. You've got the 66. Yeah, 66 included as well. So it's a nice variety of gameplay for you. It's clouding over in the sky. The weather is set to dynamic, so I imagine it's probably going to chuck down with rain once we emerge from, I presume, the very first big tunnel. Whenever we get there. I thought honestly we were going to drop into that first big tunnel, looking at the downhill grading of 2.3%, but obviously not yet. Yeah, so let me take a look at the map. So all this was added from Ebbsfleet essentially. Okay, that was a surprise. And there's a tiny little section been added here. I think that's the Dartford, correct? If I remember correctly. Other than that, the route remains exactly the same. I imagine there's some upgrades to, or tweaks to maybe the visuals, or maybe some scenery, or you know, changes to signalling or stuff like that. I mean, it is well, according to Dovetail, it's Train Sim World's first proper extension, which is true. I still kind of not believe that, because really the first extension, if you want to put it in inverted commas, was the what was the route? Rue Signor. They got an extension, albeit a separate extension, to what was it, Rhine-Route Austin, which went from Den Hagen to Wuppertal. So you can look at it in two ways, I suppose. So we got 42 miles to go until Stratford International. Yeah, it is good, man, Jennings, you know. I think the 465 does... Does the 465 just do services up to Dartford, or does it do basically all the services that the 375 could do? I imagine there'll be some flexibility in what multiple units you can use going to Dartford, from Dartford, etc. We're going to drive the 465 after the 395, and then if I've got enough time I may drive the 375, or maybe take a look at the 66. I just find it so odd, like, why... what was it? It had an add-on, didn't it? Southeastern High Speed, the extended version that is, which had a railhead treatment train. I just find it so bizarre. Like, it shouldn't even be a DLC. Like, it should have been in the game, full stop. I mean, you've already got a 66. Why add another variant of it? To me, it just doesn't make sense. The wagons, the tankers are nice, you know, with the spray effect, but it shouldn't really be a separate add-on. I just see that as a cash cow personally. But there we are. That's where we are currently. Unbelievable how fast you can go. Let's get on the brakes. Now going downhill again. Whilst we're chugging along at 225 kilometers an hour. I need to turn the heater off. It's getting warm in here. Coupled with a PS5 running, it doesn't help. Once I'm trying to cool down, not keep warm. We're due into Stratford at 12 minutes past 8 in the game. Trains and Other Stuff 2011, quite a name. Hey, how are you? Nice to see you. What do you think about TSW3 adding the ScotRail Express? Thank you, game. My thoughts on it. I think it's okay. I mean, I love the look of the multiple unit. That's for sure. It's nice to have a modern ScotRail multiple unit. Yeah, the Class 314 is a modern multiple unit, but it was taken out of service, was it quite a while back? A couple of years ago or something like that. I may be completely wrong, but yeah, it's great to see the 385. The only niggle I have is, once again, it's just one multiple unit that comes with the route. I imagine there'll be a substitution of other British routes at play to make the timetable more busier, but as far as the route is concerned, pretty pleased. You know, it goes between Edinburgh and Glasgow. I don't know how many stations there are off the top of my head. I imagine it will be in double figures, but certainly from the screenshots, some of the scenery looks very, very well made. Balmoral Hotel, Glasgow Queen Street, the castle overlooking the line in the distance. I remember I saw a screenshot of the exterior of was it Edinburgh or Glasgow Queen Street, and you could see the city around it. You know, it looked pretty well done, to be honest. I mean, Rivet have certainly upped their game with route design and the quality of it, for sure. So I'm quite pleased that Rivet is, you know, bringing the ScotRail Express route. If Dovetail made it it could well be a different story quality-wise. I mean, it would be interesting to compare, won't it? The ScotRail Express and the what was the other one? The Glasgow Cathcart Circle Line, quality-wise or performance-wise. It's Rivet Games' longest route they've ever done. Not sure of the route length. If it's longer than 44 miles, which was West Cornwall's length, then it's probably, I imagine ScotRail is going to be between 50, maybe 60 miles. And you wouldn't believe that Rivet Games would be the first developer, not the main developer Dovetail, but Rivet Games of all companies would be the first developer to have licensed train announcements for the first time. I know hundreds of people, thousands, millions of players who've wanted train announcements for, well, since Train Sim World was a thing. It's finally coming, and Rivet Games is bringing it, not Dovetail. So, you know, kudos to Rivet there. You know, they didn't have to do that, but they chose to do that, and I admire their commitment from that perspective. I bet Dovetail must be a bit embarrassed that it's not them bringing that headline. It's more of an immersion kind of feature, isn't it? Yes, it's just a bit of audio playing in the background, but you know, to people who play the game non-stop, it's a big deal. So yeah, I imagine Dovetail will be a bit. I think Dovetail will be a bit uncomfortable with Rivet Games, maybe in general, the fact that they're upping their quality, and I feel that Dovetail's quality is starting to dip slightly. I had a go on the Birmingham Cross City line I picked up over the Christmas period, and to a degree I was impressed, but I must say some of the scenery was not very good. Not saying that the route is crap, far from it. I actually quite enjoyed it. It was a reasonable challenge, Birmingham Cross City, with so many stations. You know, you have to be pretty sharp with it, you know, stopping and starting. But I just felt the scenery side of things, it was good in some areas, but very not good in others. I mean, I remember I started a service or spawned on foot, maybe it was a scenario, I can't remember, or a tutorial. It was at Aston Station, and in real life that's the station where the football ground, Aston Villa, is located. I'd say it's over the road, or not too far from the station. I imagine you could see the ground from the platform. So the fact that they couldn't be bothered to model Villa Park. I mean, they could be bothered to model Wembley Stadium, but they can't be bothered to model Villa Park, which is a stone's throw away. So that really irritated me. I'm not an Aston Villa fan. I just thought that Villa Park, you know, a big monument of that area of Birmingham, would be in the game, but it isn't. It could be due to licensing restrictions, because EA Sports have that stadium in the game, but that shouldn't really be a problem because Wembley's in the game. Brighton's football ground is in the game, Train Sim World, and they're all in FIFA as well, so there shouldn't be any problems licensing wise, but heck, who knows. I think even there, when they showcased Birmingham for the first time, the Cross City line, who was the guy, I forget his name, the one with the beard, even he was like, oh, is Villa Park in the game? And Matt was like, no. So even he was disappointed. So yeah. If I was to give Birmingham City, Cross City, mark out of 10, I'd probably give it a 6. Good, but could do better. Alright, we've got 21 miles until Stratford International. I've been rambling on a monologue that's been going on too long, so I can take a look at the live chat now. Thierry Nova 465 does Gravesend, Strood to Dartford, Rochester to Faversham, and a few services from Dartford to Faversham. Ah, right, I see. Matt Jennings prefers a 375 to Faversham. Oh, break. Time to break. Oh, there's a railroad treatment train there. Just went past. Huh. Well, seems to be working well. I was having a few problems with loading up the game. I don't know why, for some strange reason. It wouldn't let me log into my account. I managed to get there in the end. Thought there was something wrong with the console at first, but no, it was up to date, so yeah, a bit of a strange one there. Right, we've got a speed limit of 143 kilometers per hour. We better get on the brakes pretty sharp. Come on, get on the brakes. I know what the safety systems will do to me. They'll put on the emergency brakes and scream in my ears. Never mind. Obviously it wasn't 143. Matt Jennings, I think you could see Sellers Park at Sellers Station. Oh, can you? Oh, I never knew it was in the game. Oh, we'll have to have a look at that then. It was miles per hour, Terry. I had a feeling it was. That's why I suddenly panicked. I do apologise there. I'm going to be running tight to time, that's for sure. Trains and other stuff 2011. I must say the Southeastern High Speed extension is good, but I would prefer a totally brand new railway. What about you? I think, to me, Southeastern High Speed has always been, ever since it came out, my favourite modern British route. I've never been a fan of the Brighton Main Line. East Coastway wasn't actually too bad, to be honest. Great Western, I liked it, but I didn't think Dovetail reached its potential. In particular with its freight aspect, I think that was a bit poor. What other modern English routes have we got? We haven't got that many, actually, when you think about it. But yeah, Southeastern High Speed, I like it, even when it wasn't in its extended form. It was the variety of things you could do with it. You know, you could do high speed, well, albeit for not very long when it came out at the time. You can do commuter, you can do freight services, you could even do rail tour services. I just love the variety you could bring to it, and plus the scenarios were pretty interesting as well. So yeah, I'm pleased and happy that Southeastern High Speed has been extended and given some love and care by Dovetail. I mean, it's the route closest to them, isn't it? So of course they were going to do Southeastern High Speed rather than a completely modern British route, which I know for a lot of people would have been disappointing. They would have preferred a completely new modern route, and well, we've got one now, haven't we, in the form of Birmingham. So whether that answers people's prayers, let's say, of having a new modern British route, and who knows. I imagine the high speed fans out there will be like, now we need something I don't know, faster, longer than a commuter route. Right, just over 10 miles to go until Stratford International. Have we passed Ebbsfleet? Oh yeah, we have. We passed it ages ago. Obviously I wasn't paying attention with my surroundings. I was busy looking at the chat and reading for chat. Thierry on Skyhook Games making a new English route. That is correct, they are. Be interested to see what they make. Because I think Skyhook Games, the routes they made, the two freight-heavy US routes, they wasn't too bad. I think Cane Creek was a nice surprise for me. I loved their scenery. It looked just, at times, very, very well done. Beautiful. Yeah, it was a bit slow and it was mostly single track and it was a bit on the sluggish side of things, but yeah, Cane Creek was alright. I wasn't a fan of the rolling stock. Wish I could have used something completely different, but it was their first dip into Train Sim World. And then Horseshoe Curve came along and I think they did a solid job with that. Nice challenging route. It looked quite good, particularly the famed Horseshoe Curve itself. So yeah, pretty pleased with it. So I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do with a modern British route. I mean, there's still the likes of, what is it, Armstrong Powerhouse is in, well, I presume developing some sort of Train Sim World content, or helping develop some Train Sim World content. You've got, what's its face, Just Trains in on the act as well, so I imagine they will just make British content. I know Just Trains is quite well known for making is it Chinese content or something like that? I'm not sure if we're going to get any Chinese sort of content, but yeah, there's interesting times for Train Sim World. Well, let's put it simply, the DLC they now have to pump out will have to be pretty good, because now that SimRail has come to the market, they've got a competitor, so now hopefully that will give Dovetail the giddy up and you know, start to, I wouldn't say pump routes out and content relentlessly. I just want to see content that matches the price, because it's pretty expensive, you know, come on. And some of the quality on their routes has been a little bit up and down, like a stock market. 1 minute it's a good product, next minute it's rubbish, so or not very well done or rushed, you know. So yeah, Train Sim World has a lot of interesting times ahead, hopefully in the good, but you never know. Alright, we're just over 3.5 miles until Stratford International. Brake. Just got to concentrate a second. Try not to bottle the service. Don't think the passengers on board will like my sudden maximum brakes being applied constantly, but there we are. Just under 2 miles to go until Stratford. Would have cleared the first hurdle. Be very pleased. It's my first ever run on the upgraded Southeastern high speed. Well done. The high speed section in particular, so to make it in one piece will be a great good achievement for me, actually. I should always practice prior to streaming on the route or locomotive add-on, but maybe, I don't know, I just forget. I just forget. 1 mile. I just find, I'm just looking now at the speedometer. I mean, saying it's 78 kilometers per hour, and then I'm looking at the speed limit in the top right hand corner saying it in miles per hour. It's going to be very confused. Alright, here is Stratford. We've done it. Wonder how busy Stratford International is in the game compared to Train Sim World 2. Imagine a bit more busier. A bit more busy. Okay. We'll stop pretty much at the end of the platform. Oh, there's another train on the right hand side. Well, what good timing. You've pretty much answered my question. Is it any busier? Seems to be. And we're ahead of schedule. What a surprise. I was cruising at some point 200 kilometers per hour and the speed limit was like, what, 225 or so. And plus me being slow and steady into Stratford, quite pleased I'm ahead of schedule. Very surprised. I think here will do. Yay! I'm happy. Is there passengers getting off? Absolutely. What do you expect? Hasn't rained, to my surprise, on this early morning in London town. Right, chance for me to have a pit stop. Rest my thumbs and fingers and have a cup of tea. Right, it also gives me a chance to say if you did enjoy the stream, be it live or on playback, then I'd really appreciate it if you would hit the thumbs up button if you did enjoy it, and if you are watching for the first time, then really appreciate it if you would consider subscribing to the channel for more Train Sim World content, be it videos or news videos or streams like this. Felix Grimm, hey, how are you? Nice to see you. Hope you're not feeling grim, but hey, hope you're well. Welcome. The English Master, hey, how are you? Are you excited for the 385? I am. Yeah, I mean, I'm not usually a fan of the big or the modern multiple units or high-speed trains and all that kind of stuff, but you know what? The 385 looks pretty good by Rivet, and the fact it's got train announcements, I imagine its physics will be, you know, a decent representation of the 385, and hopefully sounds will be good as well. Yeah, hopefully the 385 is good. It'll be interesting to see how much the DLC will cost, because it is Rivet Games, not Dovetail this time, so that'll be interesting. If it's cheaper, then my god, I'll pick it up. Any DLC that's cheaper than £30 at the moment, I'll snatch it in a heartbeat. I managed to get Birmingham Cross City line on a discount. It was a bit of a measly discount, but I'll take 15% discount any day. Alright, the next and final stop is London St Pancras International. 5 miles away. So let's go. Let's head to central London. Matt Jennings, that's what happened to me the other day. My driver had a operational incident. Full well emergency brakes came into effect, and I had to wait for 18 minutes for permission from the signaller to continue. That's not good. As long as you manage to finish the service, that's all that matters. Get there in one piece. TA Brighton Main Line has had a timetable update adding 17 new freight services, so I've heard. I had a little peek at the timetable screen, and yeah, quite a nice variety of freight services, utilising some yards or some industry that was pretty much uninhabited. So it's good to see that the freight aspect is getting a pick-me-up. Thierry Jenkins, Skyhook Games are based in Liverpool, so maybe it's a route somewhat close to them. Could very well be, could very well be. You never know. Could be from, I don't know, Liverpool to Manchester. Actually, it's a really good shout out, isn't it? Liverpool to Manchester. That would be quite interesting. Liverpool to Manchester. I'd be amazed if that was right. It was just a guess from the top of my head. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Whoa! Brake! Don't kill me, safety systems. I'm sorry. Okay. Oh, maybe not. So close to St Pancras, yet so near from making fatal mistakes. I've got all the emergency safety systems turned on, so it was a bit of a gamble to turn all the safety systems on, I must admit, but so far I'm weathering the storm that the safety systems are throwing at me. This doesn't, the 395 doesn't have any sort of speed control, does it? No cruise control, does it? Because obviously the German trains have some sort of cruise control, doesn't it? With was it LZB or AFB? Does this have any control, cruise control systems of any sort? I'm not sure. I don't know much about the 395. I mean, I imagine there are people who know the 395 from the back of their hand. Well, the Train St Maud version, that is. So I don't think it does, otherwise I would have found it and put it on. Alright. Oh, something's not right. Ah! No, what have I done? I've broken it. I must save the day. Silence. Silence. There we go. I've opened the doors. Ay, ay, ay. There we go. Phew. Nearly screwed it up, but still kept it moving just about. Ay, ay, ay. Right at the end. Had to throw something in my face. There's a cement train over there. Oh, got a brake. Got a brake. There we go. Down we go. And there is St Pancras. There's another train. I'll have to have a look at the exterior of my train, see if the the trainbow or the rainbow livery is present. I don't think you can select the rainbow livery from the timetable selection menu. It's just random, isn't it? Ooh, brake. And breathe, we've made it. Oh, it's 3 of them. Oh, didn't know there's another one there. Hiding away. But he's got a trainbow. I imagine not. I want to have a look. Let me look at this consist. No, there is no trainbow. I'll go right to the very end just to make sure. Trainbow, no. Trainbow is gone. It's gone. Walkabout or driven about. OTA in TSW2 to 395 is 59. In TSW2 is 126. Wow, that's a bit of a boost. All routes from now on from all developers £30. Meh. Why? Matt Jennings, wasn't that technically cheating what you did at the end? It was, but yeah, it saves my ears getting destroyed by alarms left, right and centre for a very long period of time. Right, what have we got to do? Return to the main menu, and then we will conduct a service in the... well, I'll let the chat decide, actually. Which multiple unit would you like to see me do a service on? The 465 or the 375? I'll let you decide, because, yeah, they're going to do the same thing, and they're going to be on the same portion of track, aren't they? So I'll let you decide. I imagine you're going to pick the networker. I wouldn't be at all surprised when you decide to have a sip of tea. Liam, hey, how are you? Nice to see you. Well done on the victory, 7-6, very good. Terry wants to do a 465, and Matt Jennings wants to do a 465 to Dartford. It's a short route through to Dartford. I'll have a look, won't I? What have we got? Rochester to Raynham, I'll be reserved for that one. Commuter Games, what have we got here? Raynham to Rochester. Rochester to Faversham, no. Rochester to Faversham. We've got one from Dartford to Faversham. Should we do that one? Or shall we just find another one? We'll find another one. What have we got? Sardines. Gillingham to Faversham. Faversham to Rochester. Rochester to Faversham. We've got another one going from Faversham to Dartford. It's probably in night time. We've got cats and dogs. What have we got here? Rochester to Faversham. Ah, we got a small one going from Gravesend to Dartford. And vice versa. Should we do that one? Dartford? Yeah, go on, why not? Found it. Shouldn't take too long. And then we'll do a run in the 375. Going to what, Faversham or something like that. That's a cracking screenshot. Whoever did that, I applaud you for that. Brilliant piece of camera work. Right. London Victoria to Gravesend. Driver's Southeastern service from Dartford to Gravesend. It's an 8-car unit. It's in the pouring rain, which adds a challenge. Right. Is that my doors opening? It is now. Right. What toys have we got to play with on this 465? Headlights. Daytime. It's in rush hour as well, I've just noticed. We want the auxiliary heat and the lights on, the train heat, the lights off. Vigilance isolation turned on, DST, AWS of course. Any other buttons from here? Probably not. Pouring of rain. It's a long train there. Blimey, look at that. Right, let's get going. Let's go to Gravesend. Don't want to apply full power in case we slip and slide. So I'll try and be like a real train driver and be slow and steady on the throttle rather than just full blood and thunder on the throttle. It's like a Formula 1 car, this. So it's a 4 and 8 coach train, so that's two 465s coupled together. Right, what's the first stop? Greenhithe for Bluewater, platform 2. So that's where the 465s are stored, I imagine, on the right hand side. I don't know much about this area, so yeah. If you have any knowledge of this part of the route, then you're more than welcome to input some, I don't know, techniques or things to watch out for. So there's a very good chance I could screw the service up. 95% chance. But I managed to complete the 395 in one piece, so I'm pretty sure I can complete this 465 service. Braking on these trains are amazing. I imagine they would be. In real life, I imagine they're unbelievable. Probably controlling it is probably like controlling something on the dime. Just that feeling where you just want to do it ever so slightly and the brakes will come on ever so slightly. And it just feels like you're empowered by this machine, you know. Whatever. Right, speed limit is surprisingly quite fast. 70 miles per hour. Wow. Imagining 707s go to Dartford now. Oh, they do. Oh. Could we have them in the game? One day, maybe. That's the station we passed. No idea what it is. Platforms are... oh, they're very long. Okay. Right, let's see what the braking potential is like on this 465 as we're coming up to the station. Got a bit of a gradient to help us get down the speed. No lightning in the sky, bit of a surprise with this heavy rain. Okay. This is the station then. Yeah, Matt Jennings was right. It is a long platform. Look at that. What time are we due in? 8:30. Oh, we're ahead of schedule. Very nice. That'll do. That'll do just fine. Okay, so here we are at Grenheif, or Heath for Blue Water. If I get pronunciations wrong, then I do apologise. Are those lights meant to be on? They're tail lights, aren't they? They are, aren't they? They're tail lights. They are. Whoops, that's me sacked from Southeastern. That's better. Have a look around the station. No. So what have we got? Small car park near a roundabout. Nice waiting room. And a nice footbridge. And people putting the umbrellas up. Rightly so. Weather's been appalling. Not just in the game, but in the UK in general. One minute it's been chucking down with rain and the wind has been playing its own version of Looney Tunes, and next minute it's going to be chucking down with snow. Mother Nature is not happy with us. Anyway, let's get going to Gravesend. That rear unit looked like it didn't have the tail lights on. Oh dearie me. Do not tell me that rear unit has the tail lights not on. Okay, it does. That's fine. It just looked like for a second that it didn't have the tail lights on. It had headlights on. I was like, whoops. We'll definitely get sacked from Southeastern. Having 2 sets of headlights on plus tail lights. Whoopsie daisy. Thankfully not to be the case. Right, Gravesend is exactly 3 miles away. We're due at 8:39 in the morning. So let's go. Matt Jennings, that's Stone Station. You'll probably be held at a read outside Gravesend. Ah, right. Liam, I nearly need to wear feet protection. 21 times my feet have been bleeding after football. Blimey, you've been counting? 21 times. You won't have any blood left in your system. There's a flicker of light on the ground, I notice. Every time every time I've got up to a reasonable speed, there seems to be a flicker of light. I'm not sure if it's a lightning bolt. Oh, there's a tanker train. Oh. Right, I've got a funny feeling we're going to come to a stop, aren't we? Yes, we are. Right, let's come to a halt. I imagine we have to wait a very long time till it's our turn to reach. Till it's our turn to come into Gravesend. Sugar, brake. I thought that was a signal we just passed. There was a little tower of some description. Gave me a right fright. My heart rate went up then. I can see the red light now. So all is good. Just have to sit tight for a couple of minutes until we can come into Gravesend. Okay, we just wait for this train to pass us and then we can proceed into the platform. Platform 0 to be exact. Never heard of a platform 0 until now. It's better to be early than late. That's for sure. Thierry, there is an approach control heading towards Gravesend. Oh, is that what it was, that little tower thing? You think I know everything about trains, but obviously I don't. This thing. This is an approach thing, is it? I take it that's what you mean. Right. We can go. Woo! Little burst of the throttle was too much for the wheels to handle. Bit of slipping and sliding there, that is realistic. Whee! Love it. Whee! There we go. And now we're going too fast. Alright, here is Gravesend. The end is near. I was going to open both sets of doors, but when I've discovered the platform is, there's a bit of a fence in the way, so won't be much good. Was it me or Gravesend looks different? Must be me. Perfect. Okay, here's Gravesend. Journey's end for this 465. The next journey will be on the 375, and we'll probably do a run to Faversham or something like that. Or Faversham to wherever. Just want to have a little look at the route in its entirety in the stream. As far as the next stream is concerned, we'll be taking a look at the Railhead Treatment Train Class 66. So this stream is mainly dedicated to the passenger experience. The next stream I'll do, which will be... will it be this week? I don't know, actually. It should be. Yeah, next week, Monday the 23rd. Yeah, the 23rd of January 2023. Anyway, the stream is far from over, though. We've got another passenger service to do with the 375 Come on. Thank you. Your PS5. You should be quick. Private Southeastern service from Faversham to Rochester. Fair enough. We'll give it a blast. Why not? Poor House. Hey, how are you? Nice to see you. Hope you're well. Someone's already asked me, not in the chat, but in a comment of another video, if I plan to review SimRail. I'd love to get SimRail, but I don't have a PC to play SimRail, so I'm afraid that's not going to happen. Sadly. Right, what do we need to do? Unlock the doors for starters, and it's a lovely sunny morning. Master key. Tail lights on automatic. Oops. I think everything's all done for me. Anything here? That's a door. Looking at the radio. Vigilance, DSD, AWS. This is what I love about Train Sim World 3 the most. Forget the routes, it's the clouds. Look at them. They look so good. So this is Faversham. It seems a lovely spring day or something like that. Have a look at the doors. Destination displays. This train's going to London Victoria. That's the stations we're going to be stopping at. Up until Rochester, and then it'll pretend to stop at these stations here. I think on Brighton Main Line you've got, or London Commuter, however you wish to call it. You've got, what is it, 375s and 465s, AI trains, that is, trundling in and out of London Victorian, and you can do some additional services with the 375 as well on Brighton Main Line, which is quite cool. What am I doing? Silly me. Right, let's go to the first stop. Tyneham? Is that how you say it? I presume so. It's a long train. It's a long, long train for a long, long journey. Thierry, approach control is where a train will slowed and on approach the red signal will clear. I see. Will I remember that? Probably not. But thank you for the input there as to what that strange tower is for me. So speed limit of 85 miles per hour very shortly. Criteria in railway terms, if a signal is on for red and if it is off, it is green or yellow. Right. Okay. A good thing the live chat, function is can be saved with the stream when it gets re-uploaded to YouTube, because then I can look back at your comment and make a note of it for whenever I do a video or another stream on Southeastern. I'll remember what the strange looking tower was. That's probably what it will now be called from me. The strange looking tower. 2 miles to go until the station stop. Just putting my cup away now, don't need that. Put it there, out of plain sight. Last thing I need is a broken cup, or mug I should say. Under 1.5 miles to go. Poorhouse, yeah, it's on PC. Don't have it either, but Dovetail needs to check out and add some of those features. Yeah. I wouldn't be at all surprised if a member of Dovetail picked it up and had a little play of it. What I found quite interesting is that they've got the washers for when you use the windscreen wipers. You see that effect of, you know, well, I think you have bugs on or insects on the windscreen, and when you actually have to, you know, actually clean the windscreen. That I found quite interesting. I think SimRail is in, what is it, a route based in Eastern Europe, Poland or something like that. I'd be amazed if it was in Russia. But then again, I recently tested out a metro simulator on a route based in Moscow, so I can't say much. I just found it interesting. I couldn't care about what the route really is. I'm just interested in what the game had to offer, really. Alright, so this is the first stop. We've made it. Bit of a windy day by the looks of it. We depart in just over a minute's time. A broken down train is causing travel chaos in part of the county. Passengers are to be rescued from a damaged train in Swanley, which is expected to cause disruption for the rest of the day. This happened 9 hours ago. Oh dear. It seems our railway in the moment is going from bad to worse, and that is, well, with or without strikes. I watched a video on Facebook where a German railway bridge was made in under 4 days. Well, it wasn't really made. The bridge was made months in advance. The old bridge had to be torn down and then the new bridge put in its place. But it took 4 days. Very unbelievably efficient, the Germans are when it comes to their railway. Well, building things, that is. I imagine their timetable is just as bad as ours, I imagine. Maybe not. Actually, over tower, home to a banner repeater which tells the driver of a signal aspect before she sees themselves right. I've turned on the wipers by accident. Well done. Turn off. I think I've turned it off. Right, the next stop is Sittingbourne, just over 3 miles away. It's rock and roll, shimmer and shake. I've noticed how more natural looking the cab is, because obviously the new train sim world routes have new lighting, and I can notice that very much in this cab, how darker the interior is. You got the destination display functionality here, so you can change the destinations there. Whistle board. Whistle while you work, as they say. No loops I could hear in the horns, that's very nice, and I need to pick up some speed. Slacking on the speed. The need for speed. Well, I'm doing 60 miles per hour, it's still pretty quick, isn't it? Welcome back to Trade News with Liam. Yeah. Matt Jennings, landslip in Chertsey today with lots of mud over the tracks, looking like a disaster. Willy Wonka's chocolate factory was even streaming. Jeez Louise. David Magnum, hey, how are you? Nice to see you. You're excited and purchasing and downloading the new German route on the 26th of this month. Well, there's no... I presume you mean the new Scottish route that's coming out. It's not a German route, I'm afraid to tell you. There was a German route released before Christmas. That's the newest German route. That goes from Bremen to Oldenburg. The route that's coming out in, well, 10 days... Is it 10 days' time? Yeah, 10 days' time. That's ScotRail Express, which goes from Edinburgh to Glasgow. I've just thought to myself, I wonder if because the 385, jeez Louise, what am I on about? The 387 and the 377 on Brighton main line, they had those new sounds, didn't they? I was just wondering, does the 375 and the other 377 on East Coastway have those new juicy sounds? I've got a funny feeling they don't, which is painful, especially with the 375 on Southeastern. I thought they would have implemented those good juicy sounds. I may be completely wrong. It just doesn't sound as good from what I can remember of what the 387 and the 377 from London Commuter sounded like. I wonder if the destination displays are any different. No, they look the same, don't they? I don't think this has been upgraded. So, I know the destination displays on the London Commuter with 387 and 377 look miles better. So the fact that this doesn't have it, that isn't good. I mean, it's a solid representation of its PIS system, but I think I just preferred the one from Brighton Mainline. Right, the next stop is Newington. Let's go. Now, Southeastern High Speed had, I think it was a range of rail tour services, didn't it? In Train Sim 2, I think it had 4 of them. I think that's been cut down, I think. What is it, to 2? With Spirit Steam taking the reins of these rail tour services. I haven't seen any rail tours trundling around, but it's probably because it's in rush hour, isn't it? So imagine not. I'll have a look at the timetable menu when I've finished with this service, just to see when those pretty unique services happen. I mean, the only other services you can play on with a Steam train is, well, Spirit of Steam. And I'm definitely going to have a look at that as well. So there's a lot of content to be shown on the streaming front, that's for sure. I mean, I've got... I'm going to have a look at the Railhead treatment train next week. What else was on my list? I haven't got it with me. Spirit of Steam was definitely one of them, because I haven't seen it in its upgraded format. I know the physics were fixed. Well, that's what Dovetail say. Because one stage they were broken. I think pretty badly broken. And it was ironic because I think Dovetail put out a trailer saying, hey, you need to get Spirit of Steam. It's been improved. Hooray! And when I imagine they put that out, it was a terrible time to do it because the physics were broken. The train physics were just shocking. It was laughable at times. I haven't driven the full route of Spirit Steam in its upgraded format. I used, I think, the start of Spirit of Steam's route from Crewe to oh sugar, what's it called? The viaduct. Damn it, I forget the name of the viaduct, but I used that portion of the route set into snowy conditions for my Polar Express short video I made, because I felt a bit Christmassy. It's very rare I do those kind of videos, but I felt it was just something a bit fun for that time of year. Alright, we're approaching Newington. It's amazing how fast mileage and time flies when I'm just babbling along, constantly doing monologues. I do apologise. Have I ever stopped at this station? I haven't. I have now. Don't think I ever have. This feels new to me. These brakes take noticeably longer to get down the speed. Wah. Alright, here we are at Newington, home to many trees and many fields. Ooh, just about. Passengers can get off there. And again, they got off, it seems, in the middle of the train, so no harm done. We'll be going in 10 seconds' time. No rest for me. Alfie, hey, how are you? Nice to see you. Hope you're well. David Madden, the Scottish way I meant to say. Alright, fair enough. That's no problem. We all make spelling mistakes, even myself. I wish I kept the NTP Rail Tour layers as well as adding the Steam layer. There is also full Rail Tour services with the TGV. Yeah, I forgot about the TGV. That's a nice touch. Because the TGV was my favourite modern electric multiple unit to drive in Train Sim World 2. It's just wonderfully built. And I bet Dovetail had a ball in making that. TGV duplex. I mean, the tutorial was brilliant. The cab setup was just absolutely fantastic. I wish all the tutorials were like that. I mean, it went through the setup procedure in a very detailed way. It told you everything that you could do on the TGV, what you needed to do and why you needed to do it. Fantastic. I mean, it even did a brake test. I mean, you don't usually do a brake test in any of the tutorials. All it just tells you to do is get in the driver's seat, open the doors, close them, go around the merry-go-round, and finish. But the TGV tutorial on LGV Mediterranean was something else. Probably the best tutorial Dovetail I've ever done. It's ironic, actually, speaking of tutorials, they haven't done any manuals for any content for a long time. I think they need to do that. Right, the next stop is Raynham. Just over a mile away, and we're speeding. Alfie also heard the 385 announcements. That is correct, it does. It'll make my life a bit easier because, well, I won't even need to talk. Let the train talk to you instead of me talk to you. So it'll make my life very easy. Especially when I get round to it on my timetabled service, a series at your service. I won't have to say anything other than the start and the end of the video. So that'll be easy for me. I just cannot wait for that Amtrak Acela. Boy, am I going to get that. Now, if that's going to cost £30, then I will be gobsmacked. Absolutely gobsmacked. I mean, as much as I like the Amtrak Acela, no way on God's earth is it going to cost £30 or, what is it, 35, was it 45, $35 or whatever. £15 is in American dollars and euros. I mean, the fact that Boston Sprint is getting upgraded with this lovely new lighting and sky tech, it's a thumbs up for me. Just be interested to see what will get to the game first, the Acela or the Boston upgrade. Might come with it, you never know. It's the one DLC that Amtrak Acela I have kept on my radar for so long and been like, I need that. Right, we just have to wait 5 seconds. I'll lock the doors anyway, I think. Right, I want to be a cheeky bugger. Where are you going, sir? Does it not say? Oh. We go right to the very front. I thought the AI had its destination blinds on. Oh. You need your destinations on, my friend. Oh, then again, it doesn't probably need it. I could just look at the PIS here. Where's it going? Dover Priory? To Faversham, I think. Oh well. That's not good from Dovetail. I thought the AI had their destinations on, but clearly not. Right, the next stop is Gillingham, just under 3 miles away. Happy days. Liam, Edinburgh applicants could get paid over £2,000 a month to work on one of Scotland's plushest trains with some incredible perks. And what is this lavish train you're on about? What is it, the Orient Express or something? Or the ScotRail Express? I don't know. £2,000 a month. It's not too bad. I don't think they'll be asking for a wage-wise anytime soon. I think £2,000 would do me very nicely. Imagining Southeastern Railway train couple of years ago went the wrong way of working them and went on the diesel line, lost all power, was stranded for over 2 hours. That's probably something I'd do, to be honest. Completely mixed up with what track I should and shouldn't be on. As the train sent to rescue was also electric and got stranded, had to wait for a diesel to come out and get them both out. Oh dear. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, my guess the logo DLCs will be $14.99 from now on. Well, I hope not. I mean, logo DLC prices is an interesting one. I mean, we're going way too fast. Whoops. Sorry. Yeah, the Loco pack for the free Train Sim World base routes, that was what, $11.99 or something. When they released the Train Sim World 2 Journeys pack as separate DLCs, Loco DLCs, and they were like £2 or £3. So it goes from one extreme to the other. I remember I picked up the 423. I mean, I got it for free because I had it anyway, but when I looked on the PlayStation Store and found out it was like £2 or £3, I thought, that's a bargain right there. Absolute bargain. What a steal. You get a brand new timetable with it, and it's £2 or £3. Unbelievable. Of course, you've got to have a Curl Arkin as well, but either way, it's such a steal. That was a good piece of marketing, or business practice by Dovetail. Sadly, what they've done since is not very good business practice, but that's just my view. It's just the fact their prices stick out like a sore thumb because they're the only real train, well, like simulator-ish game that's on consoles, and obviously its price is going to stand out in a negative way. But there we are. That's where we are. Let's close the doors. Right, let's go to the next stop, which is Chatham. Just under 1.5 miles away, so not too long at all. Early in the trade is Royal Scotsman, which is a diesel 66. Ah, right, okay. I can imagine having a dinner or lunch on that train. Must be literally first class. First class quality. Well, the food, hopefully, is as well as the creature comforts. HOV DLCs were $11.49. Well, on some platforms they were $11.99, and PlayStation was like $11.49.59, which is like what? I don't know, 30-40 pence cheaper. I hope that the Loco DLC prices aren't going to be £14-15. I mean, it's just pushing it far too much. I mean, Sim Rail, for goodness sake, is even cheaper than Train Sim World 2. Sim Rail. And I've watched videos of that game, and that looks certainly a more polished product than what Train Sim World 3 has to offer. I know Train Sim World 3 has variety because it's got 3 different routes and it's got all these DLCs, which imagine if you... Speaking of, actually, imagine if you were buying Train Sim World 3 for the first time and you wanted to just, I don't know, go on a spending spree and buy literally all the add-ons to get the best experience on whatever route you like the look of. My gosh, that will cost a hell of a lot of money. Be it dollars, euros and pounds. It's like FIFA, isn't it? We all moan about the price, but we still buy it. For the same game, essentially. Which is... it's true, to be fair. It is true. Unbelievable. When you think of it like that. FIFA and Train Sim World, business-wise, they have very similar aspects. They look the same. They do the same thing. And they cost more expensive. It costs more. I haven't thought about that until now. Train Sim World. The FIFA of trains. It's a nice poster. What have we got here? Trick or treat with Trek Pass Tours. Plan your first hiking adventure at Barstow's Weather Station. That's in that's Cajon Pass, isn't it? Barstow. Why on earth would you put an advertisement in at Chatham? Blimey, America's desperate for tourism, clearly. Funny. Alright, this is Chatham. Nice logo. No cars on the road. Oh dear. Disappointing. I thought they had traffic enabled on the roads in Train Sim World. Unless they took it away. I don't know. Should be present. I'm amazed it's not on Southeastern high speed, especially in mountain level crossings. You know, you think you would at least see some cars rocking about the roads. Obviously not. Right, let's proceed to the next and final stop, which is Rochester. Just under a mile to go. Sudden downhill gradient. I mean, when you haven't played a route for so long and you try to get back into the swing of things, well, for me, for example, remembering where I'm actually going, feels like a new route at times. Completely new experience. I mean, the last time I played Southeastern High Speed was way back in Train Sim World 2. I think it was like, I don't know, was it like March last year or something like that? So, very long time. Like a proper playthrough. I mean, I've done the tutorials and that, but I haven't done a proper explore on Southeastern High Speed, shall we say. And yeah, I've reasonably enjoyed myself this evening. Hope you've enjoyed the stream and my company. I particularly enjoyed the high speed stuff. I liked that. Why? Because it was a challenge. I liked it very much. I'm slowly warming to the modern high speed routes, particularly the German ones. Starting to get a bit of a hang and a bit of a love for managing to maintain a German train at high speed. I've got a brake. Yeah. Unbelievable. 3 different services and 3 different trains. I've made it through in one piece. I'm bloody proud of myself for that. Excuse me, language. Pretty pleased. Right, let's have a little peekaboo. This is Rochester. I like the fact that the long distance scenery is slightly better. Oh, there's a castle. Oh, I never knew that. Nearly broke the game there, but there we are, ladies and gentlemen. Stopped at those stations there, got a gold medal. I'm pretty proud of myself for that. Can't complain. Very pleased. Very pleased indeed. That's a thumbs up for me. I hope you enjoyed it, because you know what? I actually enjoyed myself. I wasn't expecting much from Southeastern High Speed. I thought it was going to be familiar, but maybe a bit underwhelming with the extension and the improvements. But you know what? As much as I criticise Dovetail, I'll give them a thumbs up. You know what? That's a solid job from them. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Thoroughly enjoyed that. The high-speed stuff in particular. Fantastic. I loved that. And I hope you loved it too. Thank you, Matt Jennings, for Bravo. Hey, Banana Craft, yeah, sorry if you've come in a bit too late, my friend, but do not worry. The stream will be re-uploaded to the channel just under 24 hours time, so if you want to watch it back in full, I don't even know how long the stream is, but it's going to be way over an hour, isn't it? Oh, no, I'm 40 minutes, so close to approaching that time. But yeah, that concludes my stream on the extended and upgraded Southeastern High Speed. Hope you enjoyed it. I've said many times, I pleasantly surprised. I liked that. That was good fun. The next stream will be on Monday the 23rd of January 2023, where I will still be on Southeastern High Speed. But I'm going to be taking a look at, if the bloody game would load, thank you, the Red Shed, aka the 66, and the treatment train, railhead treatment train. Maybe I'll take a look at its other services as well. Before I will go, I've just reminded myself, these are the services you get, additional services. You get TGV, which does some sort of testing, whether it could be useful, I presume, on the high-speed line. And you got the Jubilee, doing just 2 rail tour services going from Rochester to Faversham and Faversham to Dartford. But yeah, that concludes this stream. Enjoy the rest of your week, and I will see you next time. Thank you very much. Take care.